how to install WooCommerce via WordPress admin and WooCommerce plugin setup wizard on a cloud server, also known as a virtual private server or VPS. In my previous video, I showed you how to install WordPress on a DigitalOcean droplet. I also showed you how to add a domain name using a domain registrar of your choice, such as Namecheap, and an SSL certificate for HTTPS. If you would like to watch that step-by-step video, I'll put it as a link in the video description below and as a card at the top right-hand corner of this video. This video tutorial that you're going to be watching is sort of a continuation from that previous video. If you haven't logged into your WordPress admin account username, you'll first need to do so by navigating to your domain name, typing /wp-admin, and then filling in the details. Now I'm already logged in. As you can see at the top right hand corner, I'm logged in on the username admin, which is my admin account. Now what you'll need to do is navigate to your WordPress dashboard. Hover over your WordPress blog title, which is called Tech Tutorials in my case, and then click on Dashboard. Once you're on your dashboard, make sure you have installed the latest version of WordPress before continuing. Once your WordPress site is up to date, navigate to the left here and look for where it says plugins and hover over it. Once you've done that, click on Add Plugin. In the search box to the right hand side that says Search Plugins, click on the box and then type WooCommerce. Once you've typed that in, you should see the plugin called WooCommerce by Automatic. To install the WordPress plugin onto your WordPress site, simply click on Install Now. WooCommerce will then begin installing. Once installed, you'll need to activate the WooCommerce plugin by clicking on Activate. Now that your WooCommerce plugin has been activated, you'll be taken to the WooCommerce Setup Wizard, which says Welcome to Woo, set up my store, or you can skip guided setup. I'm going to set up my store, so I'm just going to click on this. Which one of these best describes you? I'm just a business, I'm already selling, I'm setting up a store for a client. Pick the option that's relevant to you. I'm going to be going with I'm just starting my business, as this is just a video demonstration, and then I'm going to click on continue. Give your store a name. So the name of my WordPress blog is Tech Tutorials. However, of course, if I'm going to be opening up a store, I'm going to want to give it a better name. I'm going to delete what's pre-typed in here, and I'm going to give my store name a unique name called Websplaining space merch, which stands for Websplaining Merchandise. What type of products or services do you plan to sell? Click on this drop down arrow and choose the relevant category for your store. I'm going to be going with clothing and accessories, as my store is going to be selling t-shirts in this example. Where's your store located? So click on this drop down arrow and you can just type the name of the country that you want. So I'm going to type United space States, and then I'm going to choose a state in the United States. Let's go with California, and then you'll need to enter your store's email address. So I'm going to keep what's already pre-typed in here from when I set up my WordPress site. However, in your case, you might want to include a more professional email, as you are going to be setting up a store, and you have the option to change the email address in here. Once you've told WooCommerce about your store, click on continue. Now you can boost your WooCommerce store site with free features, no commitment required. You can remove them at any time. Remember, the more things you install that you don't need, the slower your WooCommerce site will be. So keep that in mind. So there's tons of features here that you can keep checkmarked if you want. However, as this is just a video demonstration, I'm going to uncheckmark everything, as I want to keep this store minimum bare bones and speedy without any lag when being browsed. Once you've chosen the features you want or the features you don't want, click on continue. WooCommerce will then begin setting up your store. You'll then be taken to your WooCommerce dashboard on your WordPress site, where you'll need to continue with the setup of your store by customizing your store, adding your products, setting up a payment processor to get paid, collect sales tax, and launch your store. On the left hand side of your dashboard, you can see WooCommerce, and you can see all the other settings that you can configure here, and even more if you look further down. Now I'm not going to go through all the customization, as this video is about the initial setup of WooCommerce on your WordPress site. So just as an example, let's check the first customization option here, which is to customize your store. So I'm just going to click on Start Customizing. Here you can start designing your store and selecting a pre-designed theme or designing your own. So I'm just going to go back here, as I'm not going to go through that customization right now. So now that you've installed WooCommerce and set up a store, let's check out the default store that WooCommerce has set up for us. To do this, navigate to the top left-hand side and hover over your WooCommerce store name. Once you've done that, you can visit your site or you can visit your store. Now your site will just be your WordPress site and your store will be your WooCommerce store. So let's check out the site first by right-clicking on it and then clicking on Open Link in a new tab. And let's do the same for the Visit Store. So I'm just going to right-click on Visit Store and click on Open Link in a new tab. So the first tab here is our WooCommerce WordPress site, which has the WooCommerce store name now as the blog title. And in my other tab here, we have the WooCommerce store, which as you can see is called Websplaining Merch. At the top here, you have the cart, checkout, my account, sample page, shop. You have a checkout cart button here. You have an account profile, which I'm already logged into as my admin account. Here, you'll be able to see all the products that you've added to your WooCommerce store. As you can see, there are no results found in this shop, as I haven't created and listed any items in my shop. If I was to do that, I would list a bunch of t-shirts. And at the bottom here, you can see socials, privacy policies, and details about your store. If you want to go to your WordPress site, it's hyperlinked, so you can simply click on Websplaining Merch, or you can click on Home. So I'm just going to click on Home here, and that will take us to our store's homepage. If you want to access the shop, just simply click on Shop, and you'll be taken back to your WooCommerce store. Now, if we look to the top left-hand corner here, you can see that the blog called Websplaining Merch is coming soon, which means our store is not live and publicly available. To fix this, simply click on Coming Soon next to your blog title. Once you've done that, you'll be taken to your WooCommerce settings and in the Site Visibility tab. So as you can see, Coming Soon means your site is hidden from visitors being a Coming Soon landing page until it's ready for viewing. You can customize your Coming Soon landing page via the editor. So you have a couple of toggles that you can play with here. However, I want to make the site live. So I'm going to click on the circle here to make the entire site visible to everyone. And then I'm going to click on Save Changes. And now if we look at the very top, you can see it says live instead of coming soon. To see our publicly available live website, I'm going to go to my websplaining.com website in an incognito tab, as I won't be logged in, and I'll be able to see what everybody sees. To do this, I'm going to navigate to the top right hand corner of my browser to the 3 vertical dots. I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to click on New Incognito Window. And at the top of the search box here, I'm going to type https://websplaining.com, and then I'm going to hit enter on my keyboard. And as you can see, we are taken to the live publicly available version of the Websplaining Merch homepage. And if I click on shop here, I'll also be able to see the WooCommerce store. It even comes with a neat sample page that you can edit to your heart's content. Now, if your website hasn't been changed from coming soon to live, and if you go to your website domain name on an incognito window, you might see the default purple WooCommerce landing page that tells people that your site is being worked on, and that's just a temporary landing page. Okay, so that pretty much concludes this video on how to install WooCommerce via WordPress admin and WooCommerce plugin setup wizard on a cloud server, also known as a virtual private server or VPS. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, comment down below, and most importantly of all, subscribe to support the channel. I'll see you on the next video.
Why is it so hard to let you go?